Hi, this is Mrs. Oakley, and today we're going to be looking at reviewing all the stuff for Unit 3. So, um, adding and subtracting. Let's look at adding first. So first off, remember when we're adding numbers, we have to have a common denominator. So we have 2/3. We got to change it into a common denominator with 12. Well, I know that 3 can turn into 12 by multiplying it by 4. So I'm going to do the same to the top. I'm going to get 8/12. So now I have 8/12 plus 7/12 equals 15. Remember, we never change the denominator. We don't add them both. So here we get 15/12. Well, we can simplify that to 1 and 3/12. Or I can simplify it more by saying 1 and 1/4. Good job. Okay, go ahead and try number 3 yourself, and then come back and see if you got it correct. Alright, so you should have changed 1 and 5/6, and you should have said, I'm going to make this 1, and I'm going to change it into 24 by saying 6 times 4, which means it's going to be 5 times 4. And you're going to get 1 and 20/24 plus 13/24, which is going to give you 1 and 33/24. If I take a whole away, I now have 2, and that would give me 6, 7, 8, 9/24. Or I can simplify it down even more. I could say 2 and 3/8. All right. Subtracting of fractions. So remember when we talked about fractions, the best thing we could do is to get them into common denominators. So I'm going to take both of these into 18 times 3. Going to get me 2 and 3/18 minus 18 times 2 gives me 4. Now, remember, to do this, it's easiest to do an improper fraction or a mixed number. So 18 times 2 is 36, 37, 38, 39 over 18 minus 4/18. We get 35/18, which is also the same as 1 here, and 17/18. Great job. Go ahead and try number 4 yourself and then come back and see if you got it correctly. Okay, so I'm going to change this into 3, and I'm going to get a common denominator of 30. So that's going to give me 9 because I'm going to multiply both by 3 minus 2 again. Multiply it by 2, I get 14. All right, let's make them improper fractions. So 30 times 3 is 60, plus 9 is 69/30, minus 30 times 2 is 60, plus 14 is 74/30. And that will get, no, I completely did this one wrong. I'm like, wait a minute, no, okay. 30 times 3 is 90, plus 9 is 99. Here we go. All right, that's going to give me 25/30 left. I can simplify it by dividing both by 5 and get 5/6. Moving on. Okay, let's look at this first one. So remember when we're multiplying, this dot means multiplying 9/10 is 16/27. So we're going to multiply it. 9 times 16, well, let's see, 16 times 9 is 54. Carry that 5. That gives me 144. So 144/270. I can simplify that. I can say I'm going to take and divided by 3. 144 divided by 3. Well, then 3 goes into 14 4 times. It gives me 48 over 90. I could simplify it down some more, and I could say that's the same as dividing them both by, I think I could divide them both by 6. 48 divided by 6 is 8. 6 goes into 90 15 times, so 8/15. Okay, go ahead and try number 6 yourself and then come back and see if you got it correct. Remember, you gotta make them into improper fractions. So 16 times, or 8 times 2 is 16 plus 5 is 21 over 8 times 9 times 1 is 9 plus 7 is 16 over 9. Now, remember how we talked about how we could simplify these down before we multiply? So we could say 8 gives me 1. If I divide both of these by 8, I can get 1 and 2. I can also do this. 3 gives me 7 and 3. So I get 14 over 3, which is the same as saying 4 2/3. Good job. Last slide. All right, now remember, big thing to remember, KFC, KCF. Keep, change, flips. We're going to keep this one, change this, and we're going to flip this. Now I'm going to simplify. I'm going to simplify these by cross simplifying. How many 2's? I could go 4 in both of them. Let's divide them both by 4, and we're going to get 2 and 3. I can simplify these by dividing both of these by 5 to get 3 and 5. Okay, so now I've got 2 thirds times 5 thirds equals 10 ninths, which equals 1 and 1/9. Good job. Go ahead and try this next one by yourself and then come back and see if you got it correct. All right, first and foremost, I'm going to make it in an improper fraction. So 10 times 2 is 20 plus 7 is 27 over 10 times 4 times 5 is 20 plus 1. So this is 21 over 5. But I'm going to flip it and I get 5 21st. I can simplify this by making this 1 and 2 by dividing both by 5. I can divide both of these by 3 and get 9 over 7. 9 times 1 is 9. 2 times 7 is 14. There's your answer. All right, you're done with Unit 3 review. Go ahead and move back to Classcraft and continue on your pathway. Time for you to take your